Should you play The First Descendant? Today we're diving into The First Descendant. We'll cover its gameplay mechanics, graphics, community engagement, and monetization model to help you decide if it's worth it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's do this! The First Descendant is a free-to-play third-person looter shooter developed by Nexon Games. It features cooperative gameplay, diverse characters with unique abilities, and a focus on PvE content. At the beginning, the game shows you an intro for the story. It's the classic aliens attack humans. And then after the intro, the game allows you to select from 3 character classes: Viesa the Ice Mage, Lepik the Explosive Expert, and then Ajax the Shielder Tanker. You can only pick one. There are other classes, and they could be obtained by playing the game or by purchasing them in the cash shop. And when in the game, you will notice that aside from your character's abilities, you will also be able to wield weapons from assault rifles, pistols, shotguns, machine guns, and more. And all of those can be customized to be either strong in attack, faster fire rate, carry more ammunitions, and more. As per the gameplay overview, the game offers various missions that ranges from eliminate all enemies on sight, defend an area for a certain amount of time, escort a drone to a destination, destroy structures, and conquer an outpost. There's also raid bosses which can be fought solo or with random players. Up to 4 players can join, and these raid bosses usually has a weakness that can be exploited by equipping gears that increases our resistance to the element of the boss. We can also add elemental attacks to our weapons, or use characters that has the right elements for the boss. The raid boss also has raid mechanics, although at the beginning, most players can get away by just increasing their resistances, but at the end game, it will be apparent that knowing the raid mechanics is needed to get past a certain boss. So don't be shy to watch YouTube videos or check Reddit to know what you're supposed to do in certain raid bosses. The game also features crafting, wherein a whole host of materials can be crafted to improve your gear, allow the transmission of weapon level to another weapon in case you have a golden weapon. You can also craft gold weapons, and characters, which needs a variety of materials that can be found in-game. Now here's the flow of the game. You do a variety of missions on the current map, and at the end of all of the missions you do, there will be an instance dungeon that will make you go through weak enemies at the beginning, and at the end, there will be an elite boss that you will have to fight to be able to see the next part of the story. After that instance, you will have to warp back to the main base, Albion, and talk to different NPCs that will lead to a raid boss. This game flow will continue on until this raid boss right here. This is where the end game starts. At the current state of the game, the end game is mainly farming descendant materials, equipments, and crafting rare weapons. That's the overall gameplay in The First Descendant. Now, The First Descendant uses Unreal Engine 4, delivering detailed graphics and smooth performance on both PC and consoles. At the minimum, you will need a GTX 1050 Ti or an RX 570, 8GB of RAM, and an Intel i5 3570 or AMD FX 8350. So the minimum is pretty low, and there's also AMD FSR, which can also be used by older Nvidia graphics cards, so you can boost your FPS in exchange for a graphics downgrade. Currently, Nexon Games has been dealing with issues since its launch, but none of it is issues with the game, and instead it's about their giveaways and purchase of cash app currency, which experienced some hiccups and delays due to a undisclosed reason. The community reception of The First Descendant has been mixed. On Steam, many users appreciate the game's fresh take on the looter-shooter genre, particularly praising the grappling mechanics and the variety of missions and characters available. Players enjoy the free-to-play model, which allows for in-game items to be farmed without spending money, though cosmetics can be purchased. The mod system, which allows for different builds and strategies, is also a highlight. However, there are criticisms, especially concerning the quality of life features and the storyline. Some players find the story underwhelming and the voice acting lacking, although changing the voice language to Korean has been suggested as an improvement. Additionally, while the game is free, there are concerns about the high cost of optional purchases compared to other games. Despite these issues, the developers' transparency and ongoing communication have been appreciated, and the game continues to have an active player base discussing and sharing experiences on platforms like Steam and Discord. As for the Descendants monetization, The First Descendant employ a free-to-play model and incorporates various monetization elements. The primary in-game currency is called Caliber, which can be purchased with real money and used to buy items from the cash shop. The game also features a battle pass system, offering rewards such as crafting and upgrading materials, progression boosters, cash up currency, emotes, weapon skins, and gold weapons. Players have the option to buy character classes and skins to customize their character's appearance, and they can purchase support materials including in-game materials, modules, and gold, which are also obtainable through regular gameplay. Additionally, players can expand their inventory by purchasing additional slots for equipments and materials. There are also booster items available for purchase that increases the amount of gold gained, Kuiper shards gained, and experience points for both Descendants and weapon. Overall, I would consider the First Descendants cash up at the moment fair, since there's no PvP and most of the items can be obtained by just playing. I am somewhat concerned by the inclusion of gold weapons in the Battle Pass, as it could get out of hand when Nexon decides to include a very overpowered gold weapon in future Battle Passes. But at the moment, I consider the monetization fair but kinda expensive in some cases. Now, is the game pay to win? Technically, yes, as you can buy power in the cash shop, but since there is no PvP as I've said, and player efforts in-game is worth it, it makes the First Descendant very free-to-play friendly. And remember, all this can change depending on Nexon. They could completely all-out pay-to-win this game after I upload this video. Now, as for the delivery of updates and how frequent it is, the game is still its own early stages, so only time can tell. Now, should you play the First Descendant? Absolutely, yes. In my time playing the game until endgame, the First Descendant didn't even give me an idea that I need that cash shop. I completely played this free to play, and I'm enjoying playing, and I will continue to play till I don't have any more reason to. I give the First Descendant an 8 out of 10. Nice graphics, engaging gameplay, free to play, and no money is needed to enjoy the game. And that's it guys, give a like before you go, and this is Gaming Hardcore. See you in the next one.